going to show you how to draw a cool colors and warm colors, owl at night picture. So let's get started. You're going to start out with gray to draw with. This is the only time you'll use the gray, just for drawing. And you draw a curved line from the top of the page all the way to the bottom. Make sure it touches the top and the bottom. Next, you're going to make another line right here, just kind of small, that makes a little V right there. And then another curved line that gets further away from the first one. That's going to be a branch up here. So it should be wider there, smaller there. And then we'll add another branch, like that. And one more over here. So those branches will be coloring in later. And we're going to add some leaves. And they're just curved lines, so it's almost like you're drawing a cloud. Goes up there. Like that. And if yours is not exactly the same as mine, that is okay. It will be just fine. And then right about here, somewhere in the middle, draw a great big circle or oval about as big as you can fit on the tree trunk. And then we'll draw one more thing, just a half circle with another half circle inside it for the moon right about there. Now it's time to start coloring. I'm going to put this in time lapse, and you'll notice that all the warm colors, these four, will go inside the circle oval right there, the hole in the tree, and all the cool colors will go on this side in between the branches. See, sort of like this. Now on this part here and up at the top of the tree, and then also where we have stars, it's very important that you color hard. Not so hard that you break the crayon, but color hard so that when we scratch through, your design will be nice and bright and you won't have trouble seeing it. So I'm putting it in time lapse, I'm speeding it up. That means I did not actually color this fast, and neither should you. Take your time and make it look great. So now it's time to go ahead and start coloring over some areas. We'll be coloring over the stars, the top part of the green on the tree, and the hole in the tree. All right. So we're covering over the area that will be the owl, the stars, and the top part of the tree. And we'll also be coloring in the sky. With the sky, you'll want to add check your blues, and you want to use your lightest color of blue up toward the top, like especially blue-green looks nice, and then regular or dark blue down here, and then purple down at the bottom. All right, and we'll also be coloring in the black part on the tree. When you're coloring over another color, make sure you keep pressing hard. It'll look a little funny, but go ahead and do it. So now for the fun part, we're going to scratch through to create the owl, the stars, and the leaves. We'll start with the owl. You can use your fingernail or a toothpick. If you use a toothpick, don't press too hard. So the first thing you need to do is recognize where your circle is. To do that, we're going to go ahead and kind of make that circle show up. You want to scratch right at the edge of it so that we can tell where it is and make it look like a little hole in the tree. So it doesn't need to be like a perfect oval. I like to make a couple stripes so you can see where it is. Now we're going to work on the owl. To start out, you're going to scratch 2 tiny circles. This will be the center of his eyes, or her eyes. Two small circles, and then make a larger circle around it. It's okay if they are not perfect. Mine are kind of crazy looking, but I like it that way. If you want to scratch in between the two, you can. Just make sure that the inside circle stays black. Now let's draw his beak. And now we'll draw the beak. It's really easy, just the letter V. And then if you want, you can put a line down the center and kind of make a couple little shading lines on one side. And now the head is almost a circle. Well, yeah, almost a circle going around his face with his little eyes. And we'll add 2 triangles for they're not actually ears, they're just feathers that stick up. Not all owls have them, but great horned owls do. And we'll do a little body. It's almost like a snowman. And we'll draw the wings. They're folded. He's just peeking out. And some zigzag lines for feathers. You could scratch to reveal them a little more if you want. And you can decorate your owl any way that you want. It does not have to be like mine. And then for leaves, the leaves are really easy. I'm going to do a big one with my fingernail to show you how. And then you can do them. It's just like a football. It's 2 curved lines. And then a line up the center. And some stripes pointing up on one side. Some stripes pointing up on the other side. It's easiest if you push away from yourself when you're scratching. So I usually turn my paper a lot. So that's one way to do a leaf. Another way to do a leaf is just to do the same shape, but then scratch out the inside so it's totally light colored. You can do both. And also the stars. The stars, you can do them 1 or 2 ways. You can make them kind of like the owl's eye and scratch out the inside to make it that yellow-green color, and then make more circles around it. Or if you want, you could just make a spiral like that. So now I'm going to put it in time lapse, so I'm speeding it up, but remember, you should color slowly. Take your time. I'm not really working this fast, and neither should you.